Hello and welcome.
Welcome. Hello, everybody.
Holy cow. I need to turn you down on my headphones.
Oh,
There we go.
sorry.
No. You still sound good in the post-processing.
Well, thank you.
We are a very professional show. We do edit our audio and video like a boss.
Yeah, I swear. Guys, you have to understand, our audio and editing right here is so crisp. Like, it's like a Pringle.
Crisp like a Lay's.
Exactly. Have you seen you guys have obviously seen the wavy wafers for, you know
Like
what?
the Ruffles.
Yes, Ruffles. Let's just...
I enjoy Ruffles.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We are continuing. This is Alex's Drawn a Day. Hi, my name's Alex.
Yes. The fans know who you are.
Here with my co-host Jordan.
Hi, how's it going, guys?
He's going to be watching me.
Still haven't changed.
Well, yeah, but if you tune in on this episode, then you wouldn't know.
You're right.
I think we neglected to introduce ourselves for the two in the middle.
Wow, of the first 2 episodes, or 3 episodes, the 2 of the 3, we haven't introduced ourselves.
This is a continuation of the I still can't get that right. Shift, then scroll. Okay, this is 25 Essential Expressions Challenge. We drew about half of these last time. We're going to continue on with the other half.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, last time we left off, we decided to do Alex in particular, decided to do only half of the 25 expressions, so...
It'd taken me an hour to draw.
Yeah.
10 stick figures. So.
But in this case now, we're getting to the next... What is it? 12? 13? Maybe? I don't know.
It's 25 and we did half, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like we did 13 on the first
About that much, yeah. And we last left off with Whack Johnny Bravo.
That is. This is... Let's do a recap of our characters.
Yeah, sure.
Far. So first we have just casual Happy Stanley.
Happy Stanley.
We have sad Phineas
That
because
was morning
died.
Prairie the Platypus.
We have please generic female character, but you can't really tell.
Then we got Angry Gumball.
Angry Gumball.
Then we got confused Jackie Chan, maybe.
Yeah, Jackie Chan-ish.
We got zoom out screen. We got Tired Man.
Like tired. I keep thinking Stanley, but there's no...
Fred.
Tired Fred.
His name is Fred.
Like Tired Fred.
Shocked and surprised poopy butthole from...
Yes.
From Rick and Morty.
That's exactly what it is.
Then we got irritated Pt.2 / Plusle and Minen over here.
Yeah.
We got a mixture. We got...
WTF... The first curly-haired character.
We got 2 cookies in the middle of his eyes, along with an open jaw. We got anime jaw here.
It was like open fly guy.
Triumph looks like one of those past memes that you'd see past the decades, and people would be like, "Oh, that's an old meme."
Oh, like
the smug guy that has that weird forehead.
Wait, I can't. Come on.
I can't. We're gonna have to pull up a picture. Yes, kind of like that, yeah.
And then stick, and then arms crossed. Challenge accepted. I can't do it.
No, don't worry. We'll put it in post.
That's the challenge accepted guy.
No. You'll see what I'm talking about when I bring it up.
Oh, okay. So something else.
Yeah. Then we got a ghost.
Fear was high five.
Ghost. High five ghost, which makes no sense because a ghost is afraid of something. Okay.
This is bereft. This was loosely an attempt at James from The Odd Ones Out.
Okay.
And then flirty Johnny Bravo.
Then we got Whack Johnny Bravo with anchor arms from SpongeBob.
Absolutely.
He has a mix. Honestly, he has a mixture between his Johnny Bravo's hairstyle, and Fred from the Scooby-Doo gang.
Tired of being a wimp. Get anchor arms. Love that commercial.
He couldn't even grab some iced tea.
I could never understand how the shark had this super buff chest and abs and then noodle arms.
Yeah.
So when he put on the anchor arms, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But then you go to someone like SpongeBob who has no chest but all the arms and when he puts on all the arms when he puts on the anchor arms, but so it just looks like all arms. You know what? You know who's serious? Anchor arm SpongeBob.
Let's go. Yeah, let's do it.
That's exactly what it is.
We got to go with a square.
Absolutely. It's like
we got to get that geometry on point, though.
Got to get the geometry.
Because if you don't, he's going to look like Doodle Bob.
3-dimensional SpongeBob here.
Now he looks like toast.
No.
But anyways, what I have a question about is why did he have such a problem with, like, when he was at that place with Sandy? Why did he have such a problem with lifting Ice-T? Was he just that weak?
Yeah, because when they zoomed in on his muscle, it was literally 2 bones.
I think it was funny. Just can't lift that iced tea. They put it right on his arms. It didn't make any sense to me.
It deflated his whole hand.
Apparently. Honestly, that show is just so... It's funny how much of a slapstick it is now compared to like the amount of adult jokes that was actually in SpongeBob. Like, when I was a kid, I would say gullible in a sense. And I think some of us some of us were, some of us weren't. But for me, it was just a funny show to laugh at. I wouldn't think of like these other kind of situations where like SpongeBob is kind of like an adult humor kind of thing. I wouldn't think of that. And now that I look back at it, I'm like, wow, there are a lot of funny adult jokes. There are a lot of situations that people can relate to in real life sometimes.
Yeah, they low-key snuck some good stuff in that.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that I liked about, like, I guess, and I'm not trying to say newer cartoons don't do it.
Newer cartoons suck.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I'm not saying, like, if you like a cartoon, guys, like, I appreciate it. But, I mean, if people don't like it, or some people don't like it, and if I watch it and I don't like it, then I guess your cartoon isn't... I'm not saying that you shouldn't like it, but it depends on how it is. I don't know. It's kind of like the same thing with certain anime. Like certain anime, like people always want to see a shonen or like action kind of fighting, and then the others want to see like a comedy kind of thing or like kind of like a horror aspect of it. It's just how the genre is. Like whether it be like cartoons, movies, and other kind of media.
Yeah, everybody's got a preference.
Yeah, like I said, like it's a lot of it has to do with just what your personal preference is, guys. So if you have a personal preference that you want to take and you want to have all the time, I'd say just don't. And you don't have to listen to me. Like I'm not an expert on everything.
As a professional,
as a professional asshole, I say that you don't have to listen to me. But don't worry about Alex. Like I think his based opinions are pretty good too.
Don't call me based.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you out like that.
No, by all means, based SpongeBob powerlifter over here.
Oh yeah, he's. I see what you're doing. You're using the teddy bear barbell.
Yeah, this is the teddy bear barbell.
The funny thing is he doesn't even look. He kind of look. I mean, I understand you're doing a doodle, and the funny thing is he looks like Doodle Bob when he's doing it. It
really does. I thought about making it super distinct, and I couldn't.
Yeah, no, but I love this drawing that you're doing, though. I love SpongeBob is probably one of my favorite cartoons to watch, and it's so funny that
it's definitely the one I've spent the most time on.
Yeah, that's actually a one thing. Like, if you had a cartoon, okay. Now I know there's a distinction between obviously Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, but like if you had to sort out like a cartoon from each kind of channel. Like if you watch like the CW, like CW for kids, or like Jetix, or like Disney, or Nickelodeon, or Cartoon Network, and this isn't counting anime. I just want to be clear. What cartoon did you really watch the most when it came to those stations?
SpongeBob.
Or channels. I mean, yeah, I did watch a lot of SpongeBob.
SpongeBob was the overwhelming contender.
Well, yeah, because
And then,
I think it's also because of how much the popularity is of it, and like how frequently it was on Nickelodeon.
That would be my top most watched Nickelodeon show. Definitely SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Most watched Cartoon Network show.
yeah.
I'll tell you what. I wound up watching a lot of Steven Universe without really realizing.
Really?
It. Yeah, I super enjoyed that show. I never caught like the ending episodes, but the first couple of seasons, I've watched pretty much all of them.
No, that's fine. I've tried to get into that show. It just wasn't my cup of tea. It just wasn't really. I didn't really like it. I mean, that's not to say that the show isn't good.
It's got a different kind of appeal, I think, because like what drew me to the early episodes was that they were unconnected and kind of story related, but not really.
Yeah,
you know, and then over time, bigger stuff would get revealed, but it wasn't. Like at the beginning, the show didn't take itself very seriously. It was just kind of whimsical and exploratory, and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing that I may have spent the most time on that wasn't SpongeBob, Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah,
man.
Which one? Like the originals?
Like like the Hanna-Barbera classics. Like I had the DVD with like the original 13 episodes.
That's so
and
good.
Watched that all the time.
I think it's funny how much the production value of Scooby-Doo was. Like it didn't even feel like a high budget like cartoon. It felt like it was just. I mean, I've heard that the cartoon was just really like. It was poorly budgeted, but it was still a good show. Like it was just you didn't really need that much to give it that much merit. Like it took it on its own with how classic it was and just how fun it was to watch some of the mysteries and stuff. I mean, yeah, it was cliche and all, but I mean, it still was fun to watch.
Yeah, enjoyed it. Enjoyed that a lot. I watched a lot of Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry.
They would run Tom and Jerry on Saturdays at noon, and that was like from like noon to 2 on the weekend was always just
there's so many.
Tom and Jerry.
The funny thing is, there are funny, memorable moments of Tom and Jerry. Like there are some episodes where I just totally blank out. I'm like, that I did not think of this episode. But there are some that are just so like I guess so shocking that it happened that I was like, wow, like holy shit. Like the one where Tom, he was trying to kill Jerry with a piano or trying to smash him with a piano and it landed on him instead, I believe, like down the stairs. Yeah. And it killed him.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, I remember. I was like,
oh my God. That's so poor and then like when we saw like he
died and then he went to heaven and then he's like, okay, you got to go back. You've been pretty mean. So
you have to atone.
You have to get Jerry to sign this to forgive you.
Yeah. And if you're not, you're going to hell. I'm like, Jesus Christ, people.
I know, the little devil cat's
oh my God.
Come on down.
Yeah, and it was like, oh my God, man. Like,
all right, Tom's going to hell.
Here we go.
And he just could not get it. Like even when Jerry wanted to sign it, like the pen would act up, and it just he wound up running out of time.
I felt so bad for Tom there. He just was. I mean, okay, I get it.
Here's the really dark thing of that episode. At the very beginning, when he is in line to go to the guy checking him at the gate, the first guy in front of him is like banged up, and the gate guy's like, "Oh man, hit by a car. That's a shame. Go on in." The second guy walks up and he looks normal, and then he turns sideways and he's flat. And the gate guy goes, "Oh, you didn't see that steamroller coming?
Come on!" Oh.
And then the third thing that shows up is a sack, and out of the sack comes a bunch of kittens.
Oh,
and he didn't.
God.
All he said was, "Oh, that's a shame." And I didn't realize this until way later that was a bunch of drowned kittens.
Fluff, muff, and puff. What some people won't do.
Oh my
Like-
god! How did I not see that?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
It was super dark,
Oh
and
my-
it flew directly over my head. You know,
Dude, that like I blinked about that. Oh my god!
that was something I had no idea until way later. Then I was like, "Oh my god!"
Jesus! Certain cartoons in the 90s and 80s were so like they were bold, man. Like trying to put that stuff in there.
My favorite Tom and Jerry is when Tom was a.
By the way, oh sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but love the serious SpongeBob.
You like the series?
It was
SpongeBob?
good. Good anchor arms.
This is good anchor arms lifting the stuffed animal barbell.
Mm-hmm.
Does he look serious?
He's seriously working out here. Anyways, now time for silly. What would we go for silly?
Oh, now it's got to be Tom and Jerry.
Oh God!
I've already got the whole.
You gotta get Jerry.
If I can do it properly.
Do Jerry.
All right, let's see.
Do him like with his hands, like kind of like in his thumbs, like in his ears, and like him like sticking his tongue out, like, and having his eyes kind of look cross-eyed.
Oh,
Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, and you know there are some episodes where it's like really dark and just horrible, and then there were some episodes where it's like kind of heartwarming, where Tom was gonna eat the duck. Where he was gonna eat.
Yeah, the little duckling.
Yeah, and like the duck was like trying to find his mommy, and like at first Tom was gonna eat him, but then Jerry saved him, and then like, no, the duck was drowning, and Tom saved him, and he was gonna cook him, but then Jerry was like, "Oh, I'm gonna save the duckling," and he did, and he's like, "That's my mommy," and then the duck finally finds out, like almost at the end of the episode, with the boiling water, and he was like, "I still love you," to Tom, and he was like, "No."
Yeah, Tom gets all sad.
He gets all sad. I was like, "Aw, he cares. He doesn't want to eat the duck." And then, like at the end, like Tom was he was like a duck. He was to the duckling.
Yep, and helping him out.
Yeah, like I said, there are some episodes that are just very like. I mean, yeah, Tom was trying to eat him, but I mean, at least he came around at the end. Then there was Jerry's cousin, where like he was like a tough guy.
Oh, the street tough cousin.
Yes, and then like
and like Tom called in his crew to go beat up
Jerry and stuff,
the
and
cousin
then
with the bowler hat,
yeah,
and that yellow like sleeve,
and then he beat the shit out of all three of the other cats,
absolutely wrecked them.
and then like Tom was just fearing for his life. There was also another good episode. I mean, I'm saying good episodes as like episodes I kind of remember is the one where like Tom, Jerry, and Spike.
All right, I need to get a reference image for Tom.
No, that's fine. But yeah, like there's a reference or not reference. There's like a truce for Tom, Jerry, and Spike. Like with Spike as the dog, and it was like I was like, oh, and then it was funny because like I think they started fighting over a steak. And then, like, they started beating the crap out of each other later on. And then they were like, wait, let's try this. And then it didn't work. And then they were like, you know what? Screw this truce. And they just ripped up the truce. And they proceeded to beat the crap out of each other.
I remember them trying to maintain the truce and then bailing on it.
Yeah.
There's really old school.
It was such I mean, that show... There are some episodes, like I said. I can't remember all of them, but they definitely are...
That's an old school Tom right there.
There's definitely a really good.
My favorite of them is the one where Tom was the piano player to the king.
Yes.
And it was every time Tom would play, Jerry would walk out onto the piano and start dancing. And Tom would play to entice him in. And then he'd stop and try to catch him, and then Jerry would always get away.
Wasn't the king kind of upset about Tom, like him screwing up, I guess?
That's when they did the Three Musketeers bit, which is another absolutely legendary episode.
I totally forgot about that.
And that was the one where the king was trying to sleep and
Oh,
kept
yeah.
waking him up. And he's like,
It was like a
"Man,
three-parter.
you wake me up one more time, off with your head."
Off with your head.
And then so Tom puts in earplugs and Jerry comes in like banging drums, and dancing
He's
with the
just-
suit of armor,
Yeah.
and smashing all the plates. And
Wasn't he trying to eat the food over there at first? Like,
yeah,
there
that
like
was
a
the whole.
smorg-
Because Jerry's younger, the little younger Jerry,
Yeah.
was kept like trying to steal food.
Right.
Those basically was. Touché, Monsieur Pussycat.
Yes. Oh my god, I totally forgot.
And it just like he'd like poke him on the nose.
Yeah.
And Jerry'd have to come in and rescue him while Tom's like super outraged.
Yeah.
Oh my god! When Tom ran into the room and he stepped on all the tacks, and he's gotta hold it like he's holding in his scream so hard, and he crawls out on his toes to do his big ol' yell, and then runs back in to start beating up Jerry.
I think it's like some of the drawings for certain parts of Tom and Jerry. I think it was like Jerry ate like a giant piece of cheese, and he ate it, and then he became the cheese. Like his body became like a cheese wedge.
I don't remember that one.
No. I'm just saying, like, certain parts of Tom and Jerry did that.
Cool.
Can't relate, can you?
Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think of it.
No, it's fine. Don't worry.
They had some absolute bangers.
But yeah.
Two
So you said something.
lines
So
from
you said
French
something
friends.
about Nickelodeon and then Cartoon Network in terms of cartoons. Did you really watch Disney though?
I did. I watched a lot of Disney cartoons.
Did you watch Kim Possible?
Yes, but not like constantly. If it was a toss up, I usually didn't pick Kim Possible.
Right.
I liked the show.
No.
It was just usually not a priority pick for it. But
Same here.
It was very enjoyable for the ones I did.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it either. Like, I'm not saying that I didn't like it when it came on. I think it was interesting, but it just wasn't a priority, like you said. Like, it wasn't really a priority watch for me.
Ron would always be messing up.
Yeah.
He'd be all, what's the sitch?
Yeah.
You're making me late for cheer practice.
So what's the sitch?
And the brothers
Call
would
me
be
beat man if you
messing
want to
around.
reach man.
I know I watched the movie where they gave
Have
her
you
the
ever-
white outfit.
Have you ever watched Chedex though, like as a channel? It was kind of like a Canadian branch of like cartoons, I think. And the thing is about it is that like it had a lot of like classic cartoons, like The Tick, Gargoyles. It had
Okay.
it had Tick, Gargoyles. It also had I think it also had Digimon. And I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's not an anime. It's not a cartoon. It's an anime." I'm like,
Digimon's not an anime.
I don't know.
It's too Western.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's kind of like saying, like, oh, Transformers isn't like that. But Transformers was made in Japan. I think. Don't quote me on that.
Fact check.
Yeah, honestly, this is the proverbial edit where we fact check me for being an idiot. But funny thing is and I want to say this, like in terms of like Cartoon Network shows, like I've always watched. Obviously, SpongeBob was a go-to. Fairly Odd Parents was another one.
There was a good amount of Fairly Odd Parents that I watched.
Yeah. But it wasn't really like.
I don't remember it as much though.
Yeah, I think it's because some episodes weren't that memorable, but there are definitely some that are really good.
I tended to memorize like the music. So like
Odd Parents, Fairly Odd Parents.
no, like
Oh.
like Shiny Teeth and Me.
Oh God,
That was one that got in my
Oh,
head,
God.
and I could never forget those bones in my jaw. Don't have a flaw, my shiny teeth. Shiny teeth, shiny teeth.
I just can't remember the songs in that show. Like it's so, but it's so funny.
They were a hoot. And then that one, and then I remember the one where Norm, like, okay, well, first the the fairies had lost their powers.
Yeah.
And they had to compete at a talent show against Norm and the Pixies to see who would win the wands.
Right.
And I remember they were like, neither of us can sing. What are we going to do? And they're like, no. Cosmo can sing like Britney, which was just Britney Spears. Right. And he's like, no, he's been practicing their tunes in the shower for whatever. And then he comes out and he sings exactly like her.
Oh, God.
He did the duet with Norm. Give me that one.
Oh, my God. I remember there was one episode, or actually, no, it was like one of the very first episodes where like Timmy got sucked into the video game, and his friend Chester and AJ, they both got sucked in too, and they had to play through, I think it was either Wanda or Cosmo that were doing it. They were playing. Well, they were kind of playing the game, but at the same time, like all three of them had control in the game, so that's why. Yeah,
with the remotes.
Yeah, and
Vicky had gotten a hold of the remote, and she.
I think Vicky was like plugging a shit ton of like electricity, and like she cut off the power by plugging in so many things in the house. Like she was like, "Oh, we need this and this," and it just completely shorted out the power of the game. And they were like, Cosmo and Wanda were like, "Oh no!" So they had to get like Cosmo running on a treadmill as a hamster in order to get the power back.
That's a much better Tom than a Jerry.
Yeah, definitely.
You can tell which one was referenced.
Well, I mean, Tom's a bigger animal compared to Jerry, obviously. So
Catface is weird, man. It's got like this whole like upside down W thing going on around its nose, and then you got to curl his mouth. Mm-hmm. He's got all these little tufts of hair. I haven't even done his whiskers. He's got
Actually, on top of trying to draw something. Tom. On top of trying to draw something, I actually kind of wanted to do something after I'm done with the Skullman stuff with our episodes, guys. What I wanted to do actually was after like making a person, I kind of wanted to try to make pixel items, like just kind of like from other genres of games. Make it seem make it seem more important compared to just items being in a video game, you know? But back to the whole cartoon thing. So yeah, like SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron was kind of weird.
I watched a lot of Jimmy Neutron before the movie.
Yeah, I did too.
And before Planet Sheen. Like once they started Planet Sheen, I did
not watch Planet Sheen. Obviously, with Cartoon Network, the main focus for me, though, was Teen Titans.
Oh my God!
Come on,
so much Teen Titans.
Look, I'm gonna say it. If any fans out there of Teen Titans Go say anything, I'm gonna say it right now. You can't match Teen Titans, and I know I'm gonna sound like an old hipster or some kind of like a fanboy, but it's so hard to recreate and like replicate something like Teen Titans, other than because Young Justice is so much different compared to Teen Titans. Young Justice is good though, but like Teen Titans was just so good, and like putting it in an animated style in terms of like DC characters, whether they're teens and stuff. They had a lot of drama, they had a lot of like action sequences and suspense, like just a lot of that. And then so much of the 5 characters, like Starfire, Beast Boy, Raven, Cyborg, and Robin, there's so much like character development in each of the seasons for everybody. Well, I would say that because everybody, mostly every character in the show got an arc. The only person I didn't see really have an arc was Starfire, but like she did have her episodes where they were centered around her and actually gave her more character.
Bro.
But
you know what? I'm not ashamed to admit this. Because I watched all of regular Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And I've watched an overwhelming majority of Teen Titans go.
Yeah.
And like I know it, like I was mad at it too, but as I continued to watch it, they did so many references to the old season.
Yeah.
And admitted why this show was so much worse than the other one, and had like all these callback moments. I started enjoying it just because I was like, because I was such a big original Teen Titans fan, and these were all the same writers and voice actors.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, these guys know. They're doing all these references. Like,
I just didn't feel like I appreciated it in a sense, because I felt like, I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, like Teen Titans is sacred. No, I'm just saying like, I wish they kept going with Teen Titans, because like there were so many things that were kind of left unabated, like with certain stuff, like with what happened with Tara. Like, yeah, you saw her in the school like at the end, but you just didn't see like what happened to her like originally, like just what, like how did she become human again, like just stuff like that. And then like they were gonna go into more of I feel like of like if you can tell actually, Beast Boy and Raven's like relationship. Like I felt like they were gonna try to put that more with those two, because like with Robin and Starfire, it's actually explained in Trouble in Tokyo, and they finally kiss, and it's like, I mean, it was like finally at that time when they literally had to go to Tokyo.
I enjoyed Trouble in Tokyo.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I actually liked that one. I hate fanboying about stuff, but it's just so fun. It's just so fun to watch
about stuff. Just do it.
I guess so. I really liked it. You know what other show was just really strange to me?
What?
And here's the deal. Like in Cartoon Network, there was a show called well, I'm pretty sure everybody really knows this, but Generator Rex.
Dude, Generator Rex was legit.
Here's the deal with Generator Rex. I never watched it that much.
I watched Generator Rex because it was like everything I wanted Ben 10 to be.
Yeah, I know. And the thing, and you know what? They tried to do that with Alien Force with Ben 10.
Okay. Did you ever watch The Secret Saturdays?
I watched some of the episode, yes.
Dude, so like if like they would pair them together, and I was so hyped when they would run Generator X and then they'd run The Secret Saturdays. I was like, oh,
yeah, it was
so
like I love the crossover stuff. That's really cool. And then you know what the funny thing is?
It reminded me.
They did the same thing with Ben 10 and Generator Rex. They did the same thing. Like they had an episode, and I'm like, why don't you do more of this? Make this like. Here's the deal with those certain there's certain shows. It's not far-fetched to put it in different universes, like as a crossover, because are you really gonna tell me that Ben 10 in the series of the show that they couldn't make like a trans-dimensional teleporter to try to or like a kind of a rift to have like Generator Rex or like The Secret Saturdays or like any other kind of like serious cartoon? I'm not saying serious, but like kind of like action cartoon and put it into that universe. You're telling me you couldn't put that in there, and instead of just putting it in a special? I'm like, come on. Like, what's so bad about that? You don't have to make it humorous. You can try to make it humorous and funny, but the thing is that like it could be so much more. You know, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Also, I have no idea who this person is. He looks.
I'm trying to draw like a bald businessman.
Yeah,
like a generic kind of.
He has those anime
office
eyes.
Guy, and but he's got just this blank stare of like.
He looks like he's giving the 1,000-yard stare though.
Yeah, he's been just working all day, and he's just kind of like.
He's kind of done with today.
Let's see.
He's
sitting in his little. That
right.
Chair. I'm trying to do a chair, but that sits up too high. He's sitting.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hold on, guys.
Wait for it.
What are you doing?
There we go.
What did you do?
Well, that's the chair.
Oh. I thought for a minute that was like his back coat or something. Like,
I gotta like.
you know how like business people like have like a nice dress shirt, but then they also have like an overcoat, kind of like that. I mean, that's kind of what I had to do with when I was up in UNT when I was doing football.
Dude, are you a fan of the like where you take the coat and you just wear it on the shoulders, but you don't put your arms?
Yes, I actually like that.
Oh my god! Okay, I finally found someone who wasn't a fan of it. I tried explaining this to like my parents, and they could not get why I thought that was such a cool look.
Because here's the deal: what I like about it, you look like. And I'm not saying that you can always look like that, but the people that can pull it off really well, you just look like a badass.
Absolutely. Okay. Do you know what got me so excited about that look?
What?
Have you ever seen Black Lagoon?
Yes! Oh my god!
Yes! And
Yes!
the lady that's in charge of Hotel Moscow gang. And she had that look and the big old scar on her face. And I was like,
that's dope as fuck.
This looks so cool.
Oh, Jesus. I'm getting off topic here. Sorry. Don't worry, guys. This happens a lot.
There's a netted chair back. Golly, this guy's got such.
He looks like he's resting on a sirloin.
It's a really thick neck.
He looks like he's a thick boy. He's a thick neck. He has a cone-shaped neck. But yeah, like I wanted to say, he was resting on a chair that's made of sirloin.
Back here, here's the edge of this cube wall.
At the cubicle wall, just. You can imagine him having like his fingers just typing on the keyboard.
These little plates up there.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. So yeah, Teen Titans Generator X. What was that? What was that show? It was that fat blonde dude. He was like he was in a mech, like in a car mech.
Fat blonde dude in a car mech.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on post just to show how much I can't remember. But actually, the funny thing is that when I was watching Cartoon Network, it was either Teen Titans, and it was also this other show. It was called Code Lyoko.
I always saw the commercials for Code Lyoko, and I thought it looked interesting, but I never actually caught the show.
Honestly, that show, it was actually fun to watch because it was. I mean, it was a different. It was a mixture between 2D anime kind of cartoon look. But the thing is it's a European animation style. And the funniest thing is about the show is, and I always talk about it, everybody, and I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of the main characters have a giant forehead.
They're massive.
Ulrich is the biggest culprit, though. And so is Yumi. Ulrich and Yumi, they have the biggest forehead. Ulrich looks like he has a jug head. But Yumi, she looks like she has a 5 head. It's ridiculous. But the show, like I said, it had a mixture between 2D animation, cartoon look, and 3D. 3D animation.
Yeah.
When they went to Lyoko. And it was really cool. And I liked that. And it was so, and I the whole bots with Xana, Xana's bots, some of them look really weird, and then some of them look really cool.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, I remember this show. I had to pull up a visual for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I really recognize this show.
It's really cool, though.
It does look cool.
And what I really liked about it was just...
Their foreheads are massive.
I know, that's what I mean. I wasn't kidding. It's so ridiculous.
All right, I'm having to Google incredulous.
Don't worry, yeah.
Let's see. Unwilling to admit or accept what is offered as true. So, skeptical.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe
it's a very skeptical look.
Maybe give them a surprise, kind of grow. I don't know.
But it can't look the same as surprise.
Yeah, I know.
What is...
This is a really hard... I say this a lot with certain, emotions or, words that you can't really... Well, because, certain words can definitely be easier than others compared to
design. All right.
Compared to like artistic design.
Skeptical. Okay. I think I got.
What kind of person are you going to use?
I think I got one. I'm stealing up screenshot from a video I watched earlier today of a look that looked very.
We're cheaters, guys. Don't worry.
Oh, we're absolute cheaters. There's no shame.
Guys, you understand that we're professional cheaters?
Professional cheaters.
We're professional, guys. Remember,
100 episodes all time.
Yeah,
professional
exactly.
Cheaters.
100 episodes or bust. It's happening.
www.100episodscheating.com.
Yeah, exactly. It just reminds me of that stupid show Cheaters that was on G4. But anyways, back to what I was saying.
I did not watch G4.
Dude, G4 is gone. It's gone. G4 is gone, man. It's gone.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like cartoon, yeah. Oh Jesus. But other shows that I watched on the CW were usually when we caught them was like Static Shock.
I liked Static Shock.
Static was cool.
I only caught a few episodes of that, but I was always enjoying it.
You know what the cool thing about it was? In the first 2 seasons, they were doing great, and then it was so popular to a point they got a 3rd season and an animation budget. They actually got a good budget, and they got better animation for it. And I was like, wow, this looked really cool. And the best part about Static Shock was they brought over the Justice League. And I mean the Justice League anime, or JLA. Excuse me. They brought over like Batman, Hawkwoman, or Hawkgirl, Green Lantern.
Hawk Person. That's legit.
Martian Manhunter.
I feel like
Flash.
I feel like I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that episode, they had to fight Brainiac.
Okay, I don't remember that.
And Gear, which was Richie, which is, the blonde dude. Yeah. He got taken over by Brainiac. And he was able to put control pads on the Justice Leaguers to make them mind controlled. But Static was, since he was and I say this as like kind of like
you can't stick electronics on Static.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like in an actual situation where Brainiac is fighting, I don't think he would make a mistake like that. I'm just being me. I'm just saying, because he's smart enough. That's my thing. Like, you're really going to put something like that on Static Shock, the person that can manipulate static electricity? Like, really? Like, come on, man. Like, you're done. That's stupid.
You're done.
You done messed up. Congratulations. You played yourself.
I'm trying to draw hair from the ball.
No, that's cool.
This is an absolute atrocity.
So, yeah, like, that's the thing about Static. Like, I thought his powers were cool. His rogues gallery wasn't like, top tier, but I mean, it was still like decent enough. And there were obviously some people, like some minions that were working for like Ebon, and then like Hot Streak was a character that was really prominent. And then there were actually some villains that were very competent, but other than that, didn't really see that many villain characters against Static that were very interesting. It's not like Batman's Rogues Gallery where like Batman has like a ton of characters that were memorable, and I think that's because Batman is just such an influential character and has like decent story writing, like in terms of like just how you put certain characters.
Right.
Now again, it can vary from character to character, and I'm not saying, and again, guys, I'm not trying to play favorites with like Batman.
But I love Batman.
Yeah, exactly. I love Batman.
Not trying to play favorites, guys, but Batman is the best.
Yeah, exactly. Superman also has his good characters that he fights, like with Darkseid, with Brainiac, also with Metallo and Parasite. I'm not saying those are like big villains, but they definitely give Superman kind of trouble. There's also Livewire. I mean, she wasn't really. I don't think she was comics. I think she was just regular anime, like the animated series for Superman. Volcana was cool though. I thought she was cool because she has like really long hair and she's like a a fire, like she's a fire chick. Like it was kind of like the funny thing about Volcana was it felt like a kind of a setup, like with Superman as like kind of his Catwoman, like with Batman, you know, like how Batman has like Catwoman and she kind of falls in love with her and like
Selena Kyle.
Yeah, I love Selena Kyle.
What are you doing out here?
Yeah, exactly. And
I did not give you the clean slate.
The clean slate. The slate that is clean.
If anyone hadn't watched
Badman, you gotta check it out. It's great.
It is some peak YouTube.
Yeah. Like Volcana, unfortunately she was only animated series character. She wasn't like she wasn't a comic book character, and that's really saddening because I think she could have made a really fun dynamic with Superman as kind of this really hot flirt.
Okay, side tangent.
What's up?
I'm like perturbed. Okay, I have like all the Arkham games, except for like Arkham Knight, whatever was the last one.
Yeah, Arkham Knight,
and whatever's the goofy VR one. But anyway, I think it's Arkham City where Catwoman is like a playable character.
Yeah,
and I'm like mildly distraught over the fact that I bought the game used, and so someone had already burnt the access code to play it, and I'm like, I don't want to buy her separately. I just
want to play her,
and she's such a cool looking character.
Yeah,
I love the character.
Arkham City was a really good game.
It was so much fun.
It was good.
And it's like
Arkham Origins, unfortunately, it was okay. It was actually decent, but it wasn't like top notch. Arkham Knight, I think you actually get to play as Batman, I think you do get to play as Catwoman. I can't remember.
I know you get to play as the Joker in Asylum.
Yeah, I don't remember, but you also get to play as Nightwing, I think.
Ooh.
Which is cool, because, like, I mean, honestly, who doesn't love Dick Grayson? Like, Nightwing's great. Nightwing and Robin, like I'm saying, I'm going back to the whole Teen Titans thing. But, yeah, Nightwing is dope.
Can't not like it.
Yeah. Okay, so, what was I going to say? What was I talking about? All right, so...
Arkham City Catwoman is gorgeous.
Oh, no, she definitely is. You should see it. You should... I mean, I don't know if you want to play, like, Injustice 2 or anything. I don't know if she's, like, really gorgeous in that, but... She looks really good, though.
I remember picking her a lot in Injustice. I haven't played the second one.
I think in Injustice, she looks decent. She looks really cool.
Nice.
But yeah, back to the whole cartoon thing. Like I said, Static Shock. I also watched the MIB animated series. It was a weird show. Like, Men in Black animated series was very strange, but I kind of liked it. And then you obviously had Pokemon. I'm always gonna say I love Pokemon, especially when it was in the Johto region. Hoenn region was actually fun to watch too, but like I said, Johto region, really fun. And then what else? I know there was other shows in the CW, but like honestly, those were kind of like the ones that I watched most of the time. As for like Chetx, actually there's one show. It was kind of like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh combined. Oh yeah, I also watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh too. But regardless, it was kind of like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh combined in a sense, but there was also one other factor. It's called Chaotic. And it was like a card game show. And the card game show, like, in the show, the characters go to like this world, not Param, but they go to Chaotic, and it's like the place that they play the card game in. But the thing is, you become the monster, or you become the character. And like there are 4 different factions. Well, 5 later on, but like 4 different factions. It was Overworld, Underworld, Mepetian, and Danian. And the world they were from is called Param, and it's like this big old giant overworld with like other places to go.
All right, you think that's kind of incredulous? It's kind of like a tilted, like, come on, man.
Like, really?
That's what I was trying to go for.
You're just gonna stand there?
I did not do it justice.
No, it's fine. Honestly, it looks nice. Especially the hair. By the way, I have to say,
dude, that
hair.
No, that hair's crap.
What? What are you talking about? That hair's fine.
That hair's awful. Look at these weird strands sticking off.
It's fine.
It's got this weird little like forehead cover in the middle.
It's okay.
You can't tell where it disappears here.
Oh, come on, Alex. You're giving yourself too much slack. It looks great,
Well,
baby.
okay. I say this is good hair for on
the go
for digital art.
Yeah. You want to say something?
My pencil art hair.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say I'm great at pencil art hair, but I am going to say I am not nearly as skilled at tablet art than I am at pencil art.
No, I totally understand. Like, everybody has their own weaknesses and strengths, you know? And, I mean, you just got to work on them sometimes.
Confident.
Mm-hmm.
I know, we've been talking about superheroes.
Yeah. Do you want to talk? You want to make the Flash? You could try it.
I'm trying to think of which Flash would I want.
Use the Barry Allen one from Justice League.
I was going to say, Justice League Flash is pretty good.
Yeah, not Barry Allen. Wally West. Sorry. Use the Wally West one from Justice League.
I have no idea who this is.
If nothing else, I can at least learn the Flash's secret identity. I have no idea who this is.
I know what you were referencing. Oh, Lex Luthor. Dude, Luthor in that show was great. He was awesome. He was so cool. And the funny thing is, he's also Mr. Krabs. This is the same voice actor.
Oh, that's a hoot.
Yeah, just thinking about it now, just like, oh my god, Mr. Krabs, he's a money-hungry person. Same with Lex Luthor. He's a millionaire dude that owns his own company.
Superman, me boy.
Soups man, me boy. Sponge boy, me Bob.
You continue to foil my stealing of the Kryptonian secret formula.
Lex Luthor's plankton. He's looking for the Kryptonian secret formula.
Soon I will take over the world.
But Lex Luthor, he was a cool guy. And cool thing about Justice League, they mixed the Batman animated series Joker with like the other one, the other Batman animated series too, like the one that were like right next to each other. Joker kind of looked weird in those two. Well, he didn't look weird in the animated series, but like in the other one, he kind of looked strange. But when Justice League came around and he actually showed up in the episodes, he looked really good. Like his design actually looked really good. It was a mixture between the animated series and the other one, and it looked really solid. And I think it's funny because Lex Luthor was trying to create like a team up to destroy the Justice League, and it was like these really strange and obscure villains. Well, not all of them were strange and obscure, but like some of them were. Like with like the Shade, Copperhead, Star Sapphire, and Grundy. Well, Grundy is more memorable in a sense as a villain. I'm not a villain, yeah. Like in that show, he kind of wasn't a villain, but he kind of was at the same time. But yeah, like Grundy. But the more memorable characters were Grundy and Cheetah and Joker, along with Lex.
Oh my God! Have you seen? I don't remember which type of Batman was it, but he had been trapped, and then he like basically He basically like smooth talked Cheetah.
Oh no, that was Justice League.
Romantic.
Yeah,
And
no.
then she wound up like letting him out, and they were like, "What the hell are you doing?" And she's like, "Man, he knows his way around more."
I was like, damn. I was like, no.
Like
Batman's a fucking smooth operator.
Smooth operator, Batman.
No, he played the society as a joke. Anytime he had to talk to Grundy, he was like, Grundy, how much is Lex paying you? What is Lex?
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then like Grundy responds with money, lots of it. It's like, are you getting paid more than him? And then Humanite and Grundy started fighting each other in the bottom. And I was like, damn. And then Batman, and then like Lex Luthor was like, cheated. If he talks anymore, gut him. And then she was like showing her claws. And the funny thing is, Joker, he was trying to tell Lex Luthor, he's like, you should end him now. Like, you should kill him.
You don't realize.
End him. And then, like, Lex Luthor's like, no. And, like, Joker's like, and they say, I'm crazy. Like, I'm like, damn, Joker, like, you know you're screwed when Joker's the voice of reason here to kill Batman.
God, I'm trying to do like this.
So, and then it goes to the part where like Superman is trying to interrogate Copperhead and he couldn't, and he's like, how does Batman do it? And it cuts to the part where Cheetah was explaining to Batman, it's like, and then what happened? Oh, my genetic research and all that stuff. And then like,
yeah, she was like giving him her whole life story.
Yeah. And then Batman was like, and then Cheetah was like, how'd you know? He's like, and then like Batman was like, let's just say cats aren't the only ones that are curious.
What?
I was like, damn, man, you're putting the moves. And then the whole, I was thinking of the joke was like, Batman just loves cat women. Like, he just loves cat women.
Bro, who doesn't?
I mean, Cheetah, she's, oh, God damn it. We're getting off topic.
Super fine.
But I think it's really funny that afterwards, they get Cheetah away from him, and then I think Joker goes down with him, and then Grundy goes down as well to keep an eye on Joker to make sure he doesn't kill him. Meanwhile, the Shade, Star Sapphire, and Grundy put a bomb on the lookout, or the tower. And like they found it at the last minute before it exploded, and Lex Luthor he saw the tower explode. He was like, yes, and then he saw like the tower was fine. He was like, no.
Yes. No.
He's like, you can't be. And I was like, oh man, I feel bad for Lex now. He's also dying from type of terminal cancer from a kryptonite, apparently.
Yeah. So
it's like really upsetting to see that.
Crypto cancer.
Yeah. Oh god. Kryptonian cancer. So yeah, it was just really cool to see that, like. And at the same time, like, Lex Luthor just needed something to regulate the kryptonite in his body to make sure he doesn't burn to death or something like that. And, like, Humanite made, like, some kind of pacemaker for him. And then the cool thing was when Joker saw that it screwed, like, the whole plan screwed up to blow up the Watchtower along with the other Justice Leaguers in it. Like, Joker was just going to kill, he had a gun and he was going to kill Batman, but, like, Grundy was like, no. Like, he's like, Grundy, my boy, like, you be a pal. And then Grundy's like, no, just get away. He just throws him away. He's like, and then like Joker's like, party pooper. Just, I felt bad because like Joker just wanted to do the one thing. He just wanted to kill Batman. Like, is that so much to ask? Apparently it is for Grundy.
It's
And then the funny thing, I mean, yeah, I get it. He's a zombie. He's supposed to be dumb. But, like, it was even funnier, like, when Batman was like, thanks, can I get a glass of water? He's like, sure. He gets him a glass of water, and Batman, like, he drinks it, and then he spits it up at the thing to keep, it's kind of like to block out, John. Martian Manhunter.
Right.
So he can't telepathically contact the League. But then he spits at it, malfunctions it, and then John's like, and then like Batman's like, John, like trying to tell Batman where he is, and like Batman's like, and then the Martian Manhunter's like, I know where he is, and they finally get that. Oh my god! Wow, I wasn't paying attention for a minute. That looks great as Flash. Shit, I'm sorry guys. I keep sidetracking the art that Alex is making here, but it looks really good. Though.
It's all about the reference, man.
I love it.
If you've got the right thing to look at, then it just
definitely. I mean,
it just becomes easy to put all the pieces together.
It looks really nice, though.
His head's so far off of his shoulder.
I mean, it's okay.
This is a very long-necked Flash.
Hey, man,
but
long-necked Flash.
There you go, long-necked
Flash can never go wrong.
I gotta do his collarbone.
Yeah.
His logo. Oh, that was crap. Okay, logo first.
Yeah, put the circle. I love the Flash-centric episodes sometimes. I mean, some of them technically aren't like Flash-centric, but they're really good.
I like the one where, what was it, the magician girl had turned Wonder Woman into a pig.
Oh, yeah, it was Cersei.
And then
Cersei turned...
Batman had to, like, perform a song for her.
No. Cersei... The thing is, Cersei turned Wonder Woman into a pig, and Batman had to search out Zatanna for her.
That's what it was.
Try to help her. And the funny thing was, like, Zatanna was... Like, Cersei was trying... Like, she was at the opera, and she wanted to be part of the theater, so, like... to make the sirens jealous or like be better than the sirens. But then like Zatanna, when Cersei was like, you dare to strike, and then every time like Cersei tried to speak, Zatanna started like threw everything, like a chair, a table, like and stuff. And she's like, quit it! And it's like, uh-oh. And then she throws an entire piano at her, like flats her ass. But it's funny because like she gets up unscathed. And at the same time, like Wonder Woman's about to die from getting gutted like a pig. Like she got taken to a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, the part I remember is just Batman's little performance of Amber.
Oh no, that was really funny though. Like it was great to see.
And then Wonder Woman somehow had known that he had did that performance, so she's like all coolly walking off, humming the song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. That was great. Unlimited was good too. Like it had so many cool like episodes. And then like there was actually I'm going back to the regular Justice League. The regular Justice League with Flash, there are a couple of Flash episodes I like. The one where he was fighting Gorilla Grodd because everybody else was trying to stop Grodd, and Sullivar, which was the other like the Gorilla City like security detail guy. He was trying to stop Grodd from shooting missiles at Gorilla City and killing them all. And then there was the Flash episode where Flash he was kind of being like an icon for like commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he got himself in real deep shit with the other leaguers because Flash was being endorsed and he was getting like not concept, but like he was getting like entitlement deals and stuff, and like this news center cast was like saying like, oh, he's just there for the money and like trying to take your tax-paying dollars and stuff, and just being kind of like this hammy talk show host for a news channel.
Right.
And then the funny thing was like and the side of this on the like the main plot is this dark energy crystal that was from a long dead race was taking over people and making them do horrible things.
Yeah.
And they were trying, and the thing is, they were trying to the evil spirits that were inside of the crystal. What they were trying to do is they were trying to blot out the sun and like make trying to make the sun like go supernova or something like that. And it was about to work because the sun was about to go supernova and go dark when they finally like threw not through, but like, what did they shoot at it? I can't remember. It was something to do like a missile. It was something to do like a dark matter missile or something. And I cannot remember what it was. But like the cool thing about it was that all the Justice Leaguers, except for Batman, because apparently Batman was in Gotham or something. Didn't he? That was the only. That's the weird thing about like Justice League sometimes, and I think it's because of usage rights for certain superheroes. Because certain superheroes didn't show up for some reason, like with Batman, he didn't show up on this episode because for some reason, I don't know. But the cool thing about it was that like Flash, it wasn't Flash. Hawkgirl accidentally destroyed. Well, not accidentally. She intentionally destroyed the crystal, and the crystal shards broke off and got into other people, like the other Justice Leaguers, except for Flash. So they were also affected by the crystal's evil power of the snake evil spirits. So, sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do that. So the cool thing about it is, like, Flash had to fend off almost the entire Justice League until he flashed a light against them, and it like totally destroyed them because light affected them most of all. So they got rid of all the crystals, and the cool thing is like, they had to get like a hyperdrive kind of component in in the Quinjet or in the jet that they fly. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, Martian Manhunter or like Green Lantern sabotaged it to make sure they couldn't escape or they couldn't do anything about it to get close to the sun. So what they had to do was Green Lantern had to go out of atmosphere or go out into space with Flash, cover him in the Green Lantern's rays, and then have Flash run, and at the right moment throw the matter converter so a wormhole comes out and sucks out the bad dark matter off of the sun. And it was so cool because it was, like I said, it was Flash oriented. It was such a cool moment for Flash, and I really like Wally West as Flash. I'm not saying Barry Allen's not cool, but Wally West, he's a dope ass Flash.
What? It kind of rhymes.
Oh yeah, dope ass Flash. But yeah, like I really liked Wally or the Flash as probably my favorite character in Justice League, other than Batman. Because like everybody else is kind of like everybody else is not really, I wouldn't say human, but like they're not really human, other than Flash, Wonder Woman, and Batman. But actually, no, Wonder Woman isn't really a human. Wonder Woman's not a human. She's made out of clay and stuff, you know.
She can take some damage.
Yeah.
It's really just Batman because, oh my God, what was it where he had to crash the jet into something, or it gotten shot down, and so he ejected. And
I can't fly.
There wasn't his. Yeah, and he's like,
I can't fly.
I could use some air support since I can't fly at all.
Anytime you guys want to help.
It was the episode where like these robots were committing matter and making. It was the Dark Heart. They were making matter out of anything and making it into robots, and they couldn't really kill them that fast. And it was up to I was gonna say Hank Pym, but no, that's Marvel. What's his name? The Atom. Ray Palmer.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
that.
Ray Palmer. He's like the micro guy. He can shrink down and stuff. Which brings me actually to one of my favorite episodes when we were talking, and it was really cool because this version of this character is so powerful in the animated universe compared to his other counterparts. And I'm talking about Amazo, the android. So, in the episode, it's called Tabla Rosa. Or Rosso.
Ruza.
Yeah, Tabla Rosa.
Ruza.
So, they try to find Lex Luthor. Hawkgirl and Superman try to take him down. Finally. But the thing is with Lex Luthor is that he endangers a ship, kind of like a Titanic kind of freighter or like a passenger ship, and they have to rescue it. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor gets away and he's kind of dying, I said, from the cancer. And he was I think it was one of his main squeezes from I can't remember her name, but she helped him. Or not really she helped him, but like he was saying like, please help me. And then she was like, why don't you just go die somewhere else? Like you couldn't die somewhere else, like not in my office.
Oh, is that the government lady?
No, not Amanda Waller. She's part of LexCorp. She was actually like next in line to run LexCorp.
Oh.
I can't remember her fucking name. It's so irritating, but like, and then like Lex Luthor, he lunged at her, and he had enough power to kind of choke her, like to help him, and she was like, and then she was like,
bro,
and then like she was like, I fired Dr. Ivo, and she was like, and he's like, what? He's a genetic scientist. Why did you fire him? And she's like, it was for more money, like for the company. And it makes sense because like Lex Luthor is kind of like running his company really badly. And she was like, and he was like, whatever. And then he goes,
we have no money. Oh, I'm dying though. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Spend the funds on me. Fuck everybody else. So then Lex Luthor goes to Ivo. He's like, Dr. Ivo, where are... And then he sees, like, this person under the bed, like just laying there, and his arms are, like, out.
Dead.
Yeah, and it's like... And then they say, like... He's like, wake up! And then, like, Lex Luthor is like, wake up, you! And then he noticed him just has his arm hanging out, like, after he removes his covers. He's like, so the cigarettes got you. And I was like, it makes sense. It's a message for kids. Who are you making? Oh, sorry, guys. Who are you making?
This is, did you ever see the show Totally Spies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're making Alex?
This is Sam.
Sam. Oh.
If I can get the hair right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I probably should make Alex because her hair is way easier.
Is she the chick with the yellow?
Green suit.
Green suit. Wait.
I think.
No, green suit is Sam.
Which one's which? Yeah. Green suit's the one I'm making.
Alex is, the chick with the yellow suit.
Yellow suit.
What was the other chick? The red hair or the blonde chick?
Total Spies characters.
Sam, Alex, and God. I wanted to say Courtney for some reason.
Clover.
Clover. There we go. Hello.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay, good. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about the whole inconvenience.
Yeah, I think it's stopped popping now.
All right, cool.
It's got a little bit of reaction going.
That's fine. We can
maybe just don't tilt it as much.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's a sound issue, maybe we'll definitely edit it out in post.
Yeah. Super professional show, everybody.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. We'll try to make everything professional here from here on out, I guess. Well, I said depends. But anyways. No, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about like how
Oh, wait, we're off cycle now.
What do you mean?
Because you edited your drawing.
Yeah.
And now I'm editing my drawing. But we started this with me editing your drawing and you editing my drawing. Or did we do it the other way?
No. We were.
Well, we've been like that the whole time, haven't we?
Yeah, but I don't think I had a chance to finish the whole go on with the whole Skullman thing. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
No, it's all good.
Well, we'll just make this a 2-parter right here. Or a multiple-parter.
Recording it and stop.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's not like they've missed any piece of the drawing.
Don't worry, guys.
All right,
you won't miss anything.
Sam from Totally Spies.
Let's go.
Trying to find my reference image.
No, that's fine.
There we go.
So, back to what I was going to say. So, yeah, like, Lex Luthor was saying, like, oh, the cigarettes got you, Dr. Ivo. And, the funny thing was, after that, he turned around and he saw this giant silver metallic android behind him. And the android copied his face. And, like, the thing is about it was, like, Lex Luthor was really scared. He's like, go on, just finish it. Like, do it. Like, kill me. Because I won't have long to live anyways. And the thing is, like, the android didn't care. He just wanted to put Ivo's hand back under the covers. Because he's his creator. And that technically makes him, like, his father, you know? So the android, he's like, when will... And the worst part about it was the android was just kind of young. He was like, had this really naive mindset because, you know, he was just made. So the android, he was like, when will Dr. Ivo be coming back? And I'm like, oh, that's sad. And the thing is with Lex Luthor was, he said he's not coming back. He's like, when? But that's a lie. Like, when is he coming back? He's like, let's just say he went to sleep and never woke up. And he won't ever wake up. And then Lex Luthor decided to be an asshole about it and totally lie about, like, how, like, Dr. Ivo created him because he needed Lex Luthor, or Lex Luthor needed him. And, like, if Amazo doesn't take care of him, then he will go to sleep and never wake up.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, Lex Luthor was just being so manipulative about it. And it was so, like, it was funny because... I wouldn't say it's funny for him to try to manipulate someone, but it was funny to the fact that Lex Luthor was just being such a lying asshole. And then he was like, I have a dream. Go, I need this for this. Like, and he needed it to make another kryptonite suit so he can have more power cells and stuff.
Right.
So then the thing is about Amazo is, like I said, he copied like Lex's face and all that stuff. So then he goes to get some more power from like a power cell or something like that from a facility. He breaks in. He doesn't care. He's just bashing his way through the security, and then he gets the power, and then he leaves, and then leaves. He tries to leave, but Hawkgirl decides to attack him. And then and then Amazo scans her, and then he has her wings, and then she also has her nth metal mace,
right? That
he copied. And I was like, what? Like, he could copy abilities? That's nuts! Like anybody's ability. So then he escapes with the canister. And then, like, Lex Luthor's like, let me tell you a story. It's how how everybody will inherit it, or how one person will inherit this entire world. And then he's talking about, and, like, Lex Luthor's trying to say, like, you, but then he brings it back to himself, and how he wants to rule the world. Well, not really rule the world, like,
is this the whole scene where Amazo was like, I don't care about this place, and he's like, no, you have to, because you're the only one that can see it all.
Yeah, no, that comes later in Unlimited. Oh. But the thing is, like, with Amazo is, like, Lex Luthor tries to manipulate him to destroy the Justice League. So then they see him, like, Amazo sees them and beats the crap out of, like, Hawkgirl again.
Or Hawkgirl.
No, trust me, I feel bad for her.
Just walks in.
Getting the crap kicked out of her. But then also, Green Lantern, the Flash, and Wonder Woman show up. And then he scans Wonder Woman, and I'm like, oh shit, that's bad, because Wonder Woman's really strong. Like, she's obviously an Amazonian. Her powers are really destructive and, like, strong. And then the Flash goes and tries to take him out, and he scans the Flash, and then like now he's fast. Like now he's fast as shit.
Yeah.
He's strong. He's fast. He can use like the nth metal mace, like all that stuff. And then, meanwhile, like Batman and Superman were trying to find like Lex Luthor where he ran off to. So he went to the chick that tried to cover for Lex from LexCorp, and she's like, I didn't have contact with him, but they both know she's lying.
Right.
So then it's a stakeout, and they're having coffee. Meanwhile, earlier in the episode, Superman tried to convince Martian Manhunter to do an entire psychic sweep of the city to find Lex Luthor, because like he wanted them to find him. But like it was too much strain on Martian Manhunter with all the humans like kind of like just like being greedy. What?
Yeah.
Like being greedy, kind of like just being like really heartless and stuff, and he couldn't take it. So he went into the woods, and at the time, a little girl was lost, and like this search party was trying to find her, and he heard the people that were trying to find the girl. It's like, I'm cold and hungry and lost, but I don't care. I want to find this little girl. And like it was just trying to show that like humans have a
moment of why you should help the humans.
Yeah, and like how like they can be very heartwarming and trustful. So meanwhile, well, not at that point. Batman and Superman were sitting in the Batmobile, and at this point, Amazo has already copied Flash's speed, Hawkgirl's wings and nth metal mace, and Wonder Woman's I wouldn't say lasso, but her strength and flying capabilities, and then Green Lantern's ring, which makes no sense to me how you can copy like Green Lantern's like construct of the ring. So then, meanwhile, they're getting all four of them are getting the smackdown by Amazo, and Superman's like got a call from Green Lantern, and he was like, we're on our way. It's like Green Lantern's like, don't even think about it. This thing can copy everybody's superpowers. My ring, like the Flash's speed. If you come over here, you're just gonna make it stronger. And then the funny thing was like Superman, he was actually kind of being smart for a few minutes because like what he did was he welded on a piece of metal onto Amazo's face so he couldn't copy his abilities. So, but unfortunately, like Amazo was just too strong at that point. And then he finally got the welding off the face, and then he fucking scanned Superman. And then it was like, and then he got the powers of Superman, and I'm like, oh Jesus, they are so screwed now, because now he has almost all of the Justice League's powers. Like he has almost everything, and like Wonder Woman's like, Hera, help us, and then like Green Lantern's like, she's the only one who can now. And then Amazo proceeds to kick the crap out of the Justice League even more. And then the cool thing was, in the next episode, Amazo was trying to... Amazo was actually going to fight Batman and like beat the crap out of him. It was like, what do you have no powers. You can't do anything. It's like, I know, but I know what can affect you.
Right.
And then he pulls out.
He's like practiced how to beat all of the other.
And then he pulls out a piece of kryptonite, and like Amazo is like, oh, like he's affected by it because he has Superman's powers. Mm. He's like, but you have all of our powers, but you have all of their weaknesses too. So then Amazo escapes again, and Lex Luthor now moves to a warehouse to move all of it, to make all of his stuff. And at this point, Amazo is kind of evolving. Like he's beginning to think more and like not really on board with Lex Luthor's plan. But then like Lex Luthor tries to play like kind of like the not guilt trip card, but more like the fake almost dying kind of sick card, you know? Oh,
and he tries to look worse than he is.
Yeah, and And then he makes Amazo feels bad. Makes Amazo feel bad about it.
Man.
Feels bad, man. Yeah. And then he tells him to go back out there and go kill the Justice League again. And
get back out
yeah,
there.
he's like, and then like Amazo's like extremely serious now, and he goes back out there, and then like Lex Luthor's chick that took over LexCorp, she was like, do you have any idea what you're doing right now? Like you're really stupid, because he's manipulating this fucking android that has the powers of the Justice League, and like she's saying like he can crush you like an ant,
Right.
because I mean like Lex Luthor, like I said, he's just a man, like he can't really.
He's not going to be able.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to stop him. Like, since of all the powers he has. So then Wonder Woman gets really concerned about John and goes to find him. Martian Manhunter. Meanwhile, the others are going to try to find the android. So they try to find him in Dr. Ivo's house, and Lex Luthor put a fire in there. Like he burned down the house to make sure none of the plans get into the wrong hands except his own. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So then, like, after a bunch of searching, Martian Manhunter finds the little girl and gives it to the people that were searching for her. And then, like, finally Wonder Woman found her. And then she's like, it's showtime. Like, so both of them are flying back. Meanwhile, Green Lantern... actually, the funny thing was, like, Batman shows up again. And he shows the kryptonite to Amazo, and he's like, oh, and then Batman's like, you never learn, do you? It's like, and then Amazo's like, I don't learn, I adapt. And he looks at the kryptonite, and then he absorbs and processes the knowledge, and modifies himself to make him not affected to kryptonite.
Oh my god.
So now he's just like an all-powerful character here, and then he bitch slapped Batman. He backhand him, and then he takes the kryptonite, and Superman's flying towards him. And I felt bad for Superman there, but the funniest thing was like Amazo pitched that shit like a fastball, and meanwhile like Flash, he avoided it, but Superman was like right behind him, and he got hit by the kryptonite.
Oh, that's bad.
And he laid on the building like, ah!
God.
I was like, God, no, Superman, that did not feel good. That would have killed you. That kind of killed you. And then Amazo proceeded to mop the floor with the Justice League. And Wonder Woman was like, trying to hold John back because he hasn't scanned him yet.
Right.
And then Wonder Woman was like, if he absorbs your powers, there's no way we can win, because John, he's a telepath, but he's also able to be intangible. Remember?
Yeah.
Like he phases through walls and stuff. So there's totally no way he could fucking beat him. Like in a fight.
Right.
So then Lex Luthor finally comes in with his suit, and he's like, finish them off, like, and they're both tag teaming Green Lantern to fight, like, take him down and the others. And then John finally steps in, and then, like, Lex Luthor's like, you know what to do. And he scans him, he's like, yes, you do. And then he scans John, and then he finally gets his telepath powers, and then his entire powers, and then John's like, use them well. And like Lex Luthor's like, you have all their powers, and then John's like, use them well. And then he uses his mind reading stuff on Lex, and it's like, so you lied. And then like he started to turn on fucking Lex Luthor. He's like, and Lex Luthor's like, what are you talking about? And then Amazo's like, well, then let me spell it out for you. I can read your thoughts. And then Lex Luthor's like, if you know, then you know what this does. So he has the whole thing about Amazo was he has a micro bomb in his head to blow him up, to take him out for good.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, it doesn't matter because Lex Luthor pressed the button, And then he just came back. Like, he just
Amazo can survive that.
Yeah, because of all the powers he absorbed. And I think that's because of Martian Manhunter. Because, like, he just blew off his head, so whatever. So then he proceeds to rip off Lex Luthor's suit and, like, leave him, like, defenseless. And I think it's kind of weird that Amazo's like, like, pitiful. You people have nothing for me anymore. And then he looks at the stars, and then he becomes golden, and he goes off into the universe.
Just gone.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, I think Batman was like, so where is he going? Or I think it was either Batman or Green Lantern. It was like, so where is he going? And then then John's like, where God should be. And, like, Lex Luthor's like, oh, please, he's no God. And then Superman went up to him and started to be a snarky ass. He's like, then why do I get the feeling that you're that you should be praying? I mean, at this point, he's basically a demigod at that point.
He's got so much power.
He's got so many powers with him, like all of the Justice Leagues. And then he comes back in Unlimited, and it's like, oh my god, this guy is fucking nuts. He's come back to kill Luthor, and he's like, he literally I'm not saying he ran into Oa, like the planet of the Guardians and like the Green Lantern Corps, but he was able to fucking warp the thing. He warped an entire planet just to move it out of his way. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what did you learn up here? What did you learn in space?
Who had that power?
I don't know. So then he goes back to Earth to try to take down Lex Luthor. And, like, the first line of defense is, like, a bunch of these Quinjets, like, a bunch of superheroes out in space. And he literally mows them down with, like, no effort. Like, he didn't even break a sweat. So then the second line is in the upper atmosphere, like, in the clouds and stuff. And, like, Supergirl, like, and other characters are in there, but they got wrecked. And then on the floor, like, Wonder Woman, Flash, and, like, a couple other characters tried to stop him, but as soon as he got to the ground, he did, like, a big explosive, like, wave around him, and he totally, like, blew them back.
Nah.
So, like, Amazo at this point is just like, well, you can't do anything to him. What you gonna do? You might as well just let Lex Luthor die. So, yeah. And then on to your part where you said, like, you're just made to watch what happens in the universe. Remember?
Yeah.
I think it's funny that you say that because I think it's true. By the way, are we recording? I can't remember.
Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay, cool. But yeah, like he was he was making this whole deal about how like you're made, like you're basically a god. Like Lex Luthor was like convincing Amazo what his purpose is. And like Amazo was like feeling empty and like just he was like what is my purpose? Tell me.
I know he went all existential on him.
Yeah. And I felt bad for Amazo because he was just trying to be like, what is my purpose? Like, what is my purpose in life? Like, I've been trying to find something. And Lex Luthor was like, we make our own destiny. Go make yours. Like, he was just trying to convince him to do something with his life.
Yeah.
And I think that was the cool thing about it. And, like, Lex Luthor was trying to tell him, like, in the couple years that I have left, I would be nothing more than just a simple man. Like, my name will be forgotten. But you'll live on forever. You're basically a god. You don't have to watch, but, like, you can if you want. And you can find your own purpose. Now go find it. So, then Dr. Fate decides to talk to Amazo to, give him a resonance. And then once you figure that out, once Amazo goes to the place with Dr. Fate, that's when you find Hawkgirl after she betrayed her teammates. Betrayed the League. So yeah. That whole story was just really ridiculous.
Good times all over.
I know, and that's the thing about Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. It's just really, really interesting concepts of the episodes and like just how deep it can get. By the way, what are you making?
Have you ever watched the anime Gosick?
No, I have not.
It's a mystery anime.
Oh, okay.
A murder mystery anime.
Yeah.
It's basically a mystery anime.
Right.
And there's a guy who goes to school and he winds up befriending this girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like the greatest detective ever.
Right.
But no one knows it because she doesn't want to be out in public.
Yeah.
And so she lets her brother take all the credit for the discoveries. and so they're like, oh wait, your brother such and such, he's the greatest detective ever. And then the brother shows up and goes, hey sis, I got another one for you. Solve this. And then she solves it, and then he walks off like, great, thanks. And the main guy's like, oh, like you've been doing this the whole time.
You've been doing this. It's all you.
Yeah, it's a really interesting. Basically, she comes from this like clan that's of like really isolated people, and they've got kind of like a power. It's
right.
Like kind of a vague like foresight
mm-hmm.
power. Oh, her head's so much bigger than that, though.
Right.
It is hard to define this pose. But basically, they wind up. The guy convinces her to like, okay, get out of your room, and we're going to go live some life and solve mysteries along
right.
the way. And so this is, she winds up being real upset about having to be outside and tagging around. She's a very pampered, person. He's like, all right, we're going to have to rough it a little here. But
right.
You got to solve these mysteries. And she's like, I don't want to solve these mysteries.
She sounds like a spoiled brat for some reason.
Yeah, she's very, very spoiled bratty in a manner. But it's a super fun show. Okay. Spoiler alert. Basically, the whole it's like set in the early 1900s, and the whole buildup is that she's predicting the start of World War One.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the season basically closes with like Archduke Ferdinand getting killed. And she's like explaining to the guy, here's what's about to happen. These countries have built up all these treaties, and it's going to go down tonight.
It's about to go down.
Yeah, and there's a secret society that had captured her mom,
uh-huh.
and they had come to the same conclusion.
Right.
And the way they did it was they captured a kid from every European country.
Yeah.
And put them all in a room and kind of had like a battle to the death kind of thing, where it was basically one kid was like the traitor and he was trying to kill all the other ones.
Yeah.
And the rest of the group plus the main girl and guy were trying to figure out who it was before they all got killed. And the nationalities of the kids that survived was like Britain and France and an American.
Right.
And and the ones that got killed was like the Turkish kid,
right?
And I guess at that time it would have been the Ottoman kid.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to draw a bow, and I am struggling here.
No, I got you. Honestly, what I've been impressed with, like, is your progression for your anime eyes. Like, I think they look really nice.
That's like one thing that I've actually worked on, and I can get some really good eye detail on pencil and paper,
right?
But I like the techniques. I found a technique on how to draw them that I really, really liked.
Yeah,
and I just started using that on all of the other stuff that I've practiced.
Right.
And so that's been like incorporated into now like what'll be my style of drawing.
Yeah. the thing that I've been working on actually was, like I said, like I've sent you this in post, but I've actually been working on, and this is just one piece that I wanted to work on. I wanted to work on a crossover with like Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia, and then like put him in like another crossover game.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a crossover game, but like kind of an art style. So I chose Mega Man, and I thought Mega Man X would be a really good look for him, and I thought it looked really good when I came out with it. So, because I mean, I'm always, if you guys don't know, I'm actually really into like, I'm not saying into, but like I really like drawing kind of like machine, like bioorganism kind of armored characters.
It's like your favorite thing.
I mean, it's just, I'm sorry, I'm really passionate about it, so that's why. I mean, I can draw other things. I'm just saying, like, I really enjoy drawing.
Yeah, it's your go-to.
Yeah. It's kind of therapeutic in a sense. It's mostly, and I'm not saying that the others isn't, but I feel like I have to put in a lot more effort for like human characters and organic characters. Mostly because I don't really like I said, I don't really like making humans and stuff. I mean, it's fine. I can make them. It's just that...
Stupid humans.
No. It's mostly because I think sometimes the colors are kind of boring. I know I can mix it up a bit, but sometimes it gets really irritating when I have to make like a kind of brownish or tannish skin that have to be like lightish brown or like something like that for like actual characters.
I have not done like a proper attempt at coloring.
Yeah.
And that I can see that being a frustrating event.
It's irritating because sometimes I have to find the colors that I need to make it look humanoid. And then at the same time, I want to pick darker colors because I want to make like kind of like a cell shading detail and stuff, and to make sure it's like looks like it's actually detailed instead of like just making it look plain and kind of one dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
No offense to the people that do it like that. I'm just saying like I like.
You've got a style that you enjoy.
I mean, it's not necessarily like I have a specific style in a sense. I try to like make it as much as like, I'm not saying random, but as kind of sporadic, I think, that I can make it. I mean, if that's the better idea, I don't know. I mean, I think it works for me because like whenever I find something I want to draw, then I draw it like in the drawings and then make my own kind of spin to it. I think I officially call it my art because like I add different kind of setups and all that stuff like in terms of drawing, and it's just really interesting. By the way, I really like the pouty face. Like I think it looks really good here.
Oh yeah, her key like features is a pouty face and a really dry laugh. She's like whoa ho 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 ho. I'm trying to do kind of like a hat, like if you could see the upper brim.
Yeah, I can see. No, I can see the hat.
Fancy hat, and this is like a ribbon coming off of it.
Right.
The whole joke is that she looks like a doll if she sits still and doesn't move. And so that comes up continuously.
She looks like one of those Furushika dolls, or like the ones where it like comes out of like the
nesting doll.
The nesting doll, yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of looks like that.
There's an element of it for sure.
But I do like it though. Like you added like little white parts in the eyes, so it actually looks like really animated, like really anime. Mm-hmm. Like I really like what you did right there. It was really good.
Yeah, reflections in the eyes is a whole.
That is probably one of my favorite things.
It's a whole thing.
I love it. I love that stuff. I'm sorry, it's just really cool.
It's really, really cool.
And.
I kind of want to redo, like basically how I learned eyes as far as like coloring goes.
Yeah,
is like.
I think you should do a dark scalera. I mean, that's just me. I love dark scalera. I think that shit is my jam when it comes to anime. What? I mean.
No, I don't know what that is.
Dark scalera?
Yeah.
It's the irises are dark. And you make like an eye color.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we've got our
Like you make like the
Here we
the
go.
retina black.
And then you draw that, and then you draw a little, like, it comes out.
I think a
and
mini
then
ring
you
would
half circle
I think a mini ring would do good.
the pupil, and then in the front,
Yeah.
you fill it in like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then coming around this side of the eye,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, it looks, cooler in pencil, but you kind of do this descending streak, and on the top, you spot it.
Oh, it actually looks sick.
Yeah, you spot it in to where it's shaded, but you still round out where the pupil
Oh, I love that. Oh man, that's sexy.
is.
That kind of, you know what that eye kind of reminds me of? Reminds me of Shinsho from MHA. I keep referencing MHA, but like sometimes I just can't help it. I just love it. You know what you could make? You could make Kaiba's eye from Yu-Gi-Oh! Like make it blue.
Yeah.
By the way, that Kaiba's voice actor is the same voice actor from Brock from Pokemon. So I think it's funny because like you have one part where he's like one of the nicest, funniest guys in the show, and then you have Kaiba, this maniac of a billionaire that's like all about blue eyes, like the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then it's like absurdly obsessed with trying to beat Yugi in a fucking card game.
Mm.
So it's just kind of something that's funny. But what did you learn to try to make those kinds of details like better?
It was just something that I got interested in when I was hunting for just like eye tutorials on YouTube.
Yeah,
This was a thing that came up often. Oh my god!
But that looks really nice though. The eye, even if without like a certain coloring, it looks like it's metallic, like a metallic blue.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm trying to remember. 'Cause it doesn't.
By the way, guys, this is the extra section from the 25 faces. Don't worry. But I do love what you're doing though. That looks really interesting.
It's kind of. There's like an upper part to the lid that comes across.
Oh, definitely.
And then you draw the liner in
Yeah.
really thick.
Maybe add like kind of a circle underneath the eye. You know?
It's because I'm having a hard time.
No, that's cool. Don't worry about it.
Getting this part to cooperate.
I would think that would look really funny if it had like bags under their eyes, like, you know, like
Yeah.
it look like they're tired or something.
Comes out a little sharply, and then you just kind of flick on eyelashes.
Sorry.
But you don't. Eyelashes kind of disappear because as they come towards you, they're facing towards you, so they don't stick out as much.
Right.
Which is an interesting thing, and it's the same when you do
When you do chicks.
lower eyelashes.
Oh, okay.
You don't. They're always going to.
They don't stick out. They just look.
No,
like
they're always going to start more shallow, and you're only going to see them kind of on the end.
Right. Don't worry.
That and then I like the real solid comic book eyebrow.
Right.
Kind of comes in like this, and then
Yeah.
and a comic book is sharp. It's very sharp corners.
Right.
Well, you don't. Oh, and then you don't even fill it in. And this comes down smoother.
Right.
Smooth. Yeah, that's more like that.
It feels like I definitely feel like it looks like an anime character in a sense.
It's pieces from both because
Right.
basically I took the parts that I liked from comic books
Mm-hmm.
and the parts that I liked from anime, and I kind of
Mixed them together.
I found it's because this is not the same kind of eyebrow that fits that kind of eye.
Right.
Yeah. Let's do that. If I could grab the eyebrow and tilt it down a little, that's a more detailed look of like the way that I would like.
Right.
I like drawing the eye.
Yeah, I got you.
And when you try to get a nose, it's really funny because from dead on, the nose is going to follow that curvature from the little line that's above the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll just pick a little spot, circle, and then the two nostrils will flare off, and then you get rid of the circle.
Right.
Where it's at, and you just
have the two nostril holes.
You finish. You can either finish the curve or you can leave it blank. You might show the little underside.
Right.
Not. Yeah. Then the nostril holes will just barely pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. This is a wide nose, but
no, that's fine. Don't worry.
And then if you want a mouth, M, and then U.
Mm-hmm.
And the mouth is another one that you really don't draw in much of. And the thing that people don't realize is that the bottom part of the lip also creases in.
Yeah.
What you actually draw on the mouth is the bottom of the lip, not the top.
Yeah.
Bring this bottom lip up a little.
Yeah, it kind of looks really big.
There you go. It's a pretty.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
It's a sly looking little face there.
Mm-hmm.
Be less steep on the ridge. Yeah. There you go. Just total side character. Huge lips, a really flat nose.
So, anyways,
goofy eye. Totally, completely unrelated. We'll leave this as this pout. There's your pout face.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So where are we at right now?
We're at 2 hours.
Oh my god.
We're at 2 hours.
So off track.
4, 5, 6. Well, my drawing's got a lot more detail.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. That looks so nice.
If you look at the difference between like the first half drawings
honestly,
and the second half drawings.
You were kind of like speed running kind of tactics with the other TAF. With these other ones, you definitely improved in like.
I started
in terms of.
Well, I picked actual reference pictures. It was
right.
like, okay, now we're gonna actually draw this picture.
Yeah, we're not gonna try
the whole thing from memory.
Yeah, and I really appreciate what you did, like, because that. I mean, I love the quality of these other drawings. No offense to the other top ones, but
we might go ahead and make the next 5 a part 3.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but now you can see, like, okay, so the eye looks weird, like, you know, zoomed in and really close. But when you back out,
it kind of looks like it's. The funny thing is, when I look at it, like, when you look at it zoomed out, it kind of looks like it's looking at the pictures, though.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of pointed that way. Now I want to redo the mouth. That's for another day.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. We'll pick up on this later.
I know. I was like, my hands start cramping when you're shaking it out on the side.
No, don't worry. Honestly, I was going on the topics of other things, like just to, recap some things that people might enjoy. So, anyways, don't worry, guys. Alex will leave off the last 5, and I bet you they're gonna be bangers as well.
Eventually, we are gonna finish this in part 3. The drunk, rage, sarcastic, disgusted, and ill/nauseous characters.
The finale, final 5.
And our grand adventure of trying to do 25 essential expressions.
Right. And as it goes on, it's going to look beautiful. These last 5 are going to be like the beautiful Squidward face from SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways. Well, that about wraps it up here, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. And if you want to check out our channel, it'll be in the description.
Yep. All right. We will catch y'all next time.
All right. See you guys later on the next episode.